And we've got so much water on the ground. Now, we know that mozzies love water and they're really breeding like mad, but I just learned from you that they're actually flies.
Yeah, so mozzies are a type of fly. Both mozzies and flies only have two wings, and that's what sets them apart from other insects like butterflies or dragonflies that have four wings. And it's only the female that bites too, because she needs the protein in our blood to ripen her eggs. And the males are actually completely vegetarian and drink nectar all day.
That's incredible. So our fly friends, we love flies, right? Because they're really good at pollinating and doing all sorts of wonderful things for us. Now, tell me, how much more are we going to be dealing with mosquitoes with all of this floodwater and just stagnant water around?
Yeah, Nate, while you're predicting an increase in rain this summer, I'm predicting an increase in mozzies. And that's because mozzies breed in water bodies. And with all this rain, there's a lot more water for these mosquitoes to lay their eggs in, which hatch into these wriggling mosquito larvae that can be washed downstream to areas where they might not occur. So there's going to be a lot more water for these mozzies to breed in, which means this summer there's going to be a boom in the mozzie population.
I'm guessing that's going to be a bit of a problem in terms of those mosquito-borne diseases as well.
Definitely. And so the best way to protect yourself from mozzie bites is to wear long sleeves, long pants, wear some topical insect repellent with DEET, and avoid going out when the mozzies are, out there, like from dusk and around the dawn areas too. And also tip out any water that might be in the backyard that you don't want in pot plants or in used car tyres and that sort of thing, just to get rid of their breeding sites.
Are we seeing mosquitoes just inhabiting different places and at different times of the year than we have in the past?
Yeah, so there's a lot more water available consistently throughout the year with La Nina. So we have been worried more about mosquitoes hanging around for a lot longer than they usually would when the water would dry up. And of course, that increases the risk of mosquito-borne diseases. And definitely with climate change too, it's getting a lot more hotter in Australia. And this could potentially push species from Papua New Guinea that transfer disease-causing organisms down further south into Australia. So we've got to watch out for them and be able to identify the Aussie mozzies from the exotic ones we want to keep out.
The Aussie mozzies. Hey, so yeah, malaria, Japanese encephalitis, that sort of thing are the sort of diseases we're keeping a close eye on because it could really cause some problems for us over the summer. Hey, mosquito means little fly in Spanish, I believe, and fun little facts like that are exactly what you've got in your book, your kids' book, Eyes on Flies. Tell us about that.
This was such a fun project to work on. Sharing my passion for why we should care about flies. Not many people give flies that much thought. They think there's only one species, the really annoying bush fly, but there's 30,000 species in Australia. And without flies, there'd be no chocolate. It would be in a chocalypse because flies are the most important pollinator of the cocoa plant.
Right, actually, so this is a thing, yeah, that we know that there's been declines in bee populations, and that's a real concern, and a lot of people talk about how important they are as pollinators, but we often overlook the fly.
Yeah, if something happened to the honeybee, we might have to look for alternative pollinators, and blowflies can actually carry twice as much pollen than the honeybees. And there's researchers in Australia that are actually encouraging farmers to bring blowflies into their orchards, because blowflies, the hairier the better. They actually can pollinate the mangoes that go into our mango daiquiris on the weekend and the avocados that go into our smashed avos. And part of my research has shown that even the pesky blowfly can pollinate 37 native iconic plant species like eucalyptus and tea trees as well. And when you put them under the microscope, these flies are absolutely stunning. They're so pretty. They look like opal gems and galaxies and have these beautiful eyes with thousands of mini lenses looking back at you. So you can definitely fall in love with them.